Alright folks, you may notice a couple of strange cuts in the video today. I originally filmed this on Sunday, then on Monday a bunch of really cool videos came out. I decided to let this particular video, this particular news update breathe for a couple of days, just to make sure that I was fully comprehensive. And then on Tuesday, Aptera put out another update, which made me reconsider the video again. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you now that this video will have 4 topics. The UAW strike, Aptera's October update, the issue in Israel, the war that is brewing there, and actually it just might be 3. We'll see how it goes. Let me double check and make sure that I got this right here. Okay. So yeah, it's gonna be Aptera's October update. Their update to that update, the UAW strike and the conflict in Israel. We will not be doing anything political with that. I'm just mentioning it because, surprisingly enough, there was a link between the Israel thing and Aptera. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and let the original video play as I intended it to, after the hello, greetings, and welcome that I normally do, and the reading of the topics, because I just did those topics. So here we go. Yeah, Aptera produced a video called the Aptera Update October 2023, where they talked about their production progress and gave some very nice numbers, and you all know that I like numbers, so let's dive in. The first thing that they said was they are resuming their monthly updates, which is amazing because I was about to wade into the speculation waters. I am not good at that, and in fact I have evidence of such, since I said that I expected to see a bunch of stuff from the new Aptera community members out there on from here on out, which I mean may still be true, but they're going to be doing monthly updates on top of that. So I figured they were going to do that exclusively with their Aptera community members, and that was not the case. Aptera will be putting out regular updates, so the first thing I would do is encourage everyone to take a look at their newest video, which I will link below. As always, I will link the things that I talk about in the description. At any rate, the first bit of numerical data was that 60% of the tools and such for the body of the Aptera were completed and commissioned. That statement in and of itself felt a little bit incomplete, but fantastic at the same time. I still kind of want to know the full breadth of the context of that particular statement. Are they saying that they have 100% of the tools done and only 60% are commissioned or tested, or does that mean that they have 60% done and 60% commissioned? So yeah, I'm hoping that they meant the tools were done and they were commissioning them one by one. Yeah, I know that's a bit nitpicky, but I mean it's kind of who I am. Sorry about that. Anyway, the next thing in the video that shed a little light for me, number-wise, was that well, it actually wasn't an explicitly stated thing. They had a shot of the machines that I will put right there if I can find the right moment to take a picture of it. They had multiple machines to do the casting with, the pressing with. Yeah, some of you are like, yeah, duh, obviously there are multiples, but yeah, hear me out, because all we ever got to see up to this point was kind of like one at least that I noticed, and yeah, then nothing else. So I'm glad that they showed that there were 2 in that shot, even though they might have done it inadvertently, and possibly a third one behind the one that was in the foreground. Yeah, it's good to see that they're going to be doing more than one piece at a time, because that at the very least doubles and possibly triples the speed at which they can produce the body panels and whatnot for the Aptera. Yeah, faster production ramp is good for everybody. So yeah, it's good to see that and have a confirmation, in spite of the fact that it wasn't a verbal confirmation, it was a visual confirmation, or at least in my opinion. The next thing they highlighted, the material for the dyes is carbon steel. I believe that I may have heard of that in a prior video. I might have actually seen somebody mention it or heard somebody mention it, but it is good to have another confirmation in that respect, mostly because carbon steel is a fantastic, very strong, very long-lasting material. That means that they might not need to make new dyes and whatnot for a good number of years, 10, 15, 20, you know, that kind of stuff. And so that means that they have 10, 15, 20 years to get their production ramped up and make all of their sales and commission their four-wheel vehicle and whatever else they're trying to build in that wonderful place known as the Aptera facility. So yeah, it's good to have that confirmation because yeah, I believe that it is better to have a longer lasting thing than a not longer lasting thing. All right, next thing, the UAW says that they will not seek to close down other factories because they got a major concession from the Big Three. That could possibly mean that the UAW strike is almost done, which would vicariously mean that the Big Three can get back to producing their battery factories and their tooling and all that kind of stuff for more EV production. The obvious implication there, in my opinion, is that the time frame for Legacy Auto to spin up and actually produce multiple compelling vehicles that could compete with Aptera's efficiency is closer at hand. It is closer than farther, rather. Again, I see 10 years at the very shortest with how long it took them to realize that EVs are here to stay, but if they can manage to not go out of business, actually do right by their workers, spin up EV factories, okay, the more I think about it, the more I talk about it, the bigger a hurdle Legacy Auto has to jump over. Maybe it'll be more than 10 years. Yeah, who knows, man. Now, these are the other topics, by the way. So here we go. Israel was sneak attacked by Hamas over the weekend. I am not entirely certain if I am pronouncing that correctly. So if I am saying Hamas correctly, please let me know that I said it right so I don't stress myself out and Google it a lot. Anyway, it seems to have started a war between the two countries. Stick with me here because tying it to Aptera was a little bit wonky and I just kind of stumbled across it by mistake. Well, stumbled is a strong word. I actually did a whole bunch of research after I found out one of Israel's main staples or main things that they produce. Anyway, I wanted to mention this story because there have been a lot of tensions flaring up that could affect the global supply chain and possibly Aptera directly. How directly, you might ask? Israel, you probably might, well, you might not, you might be well versed in global supply chains and whatnot. So if you are, fantastic. But if you are not, I'm going to go ahead and go into a little bit of that. Israel is known for producing very precise measuring machines better than most other countries out there. In fact, during the October update, Aptera showed a very precise measuring machine whose parts are at least partially produced in Israel. I found that out because once I Googled and found that they produce precise measuring machines, it just so happened that I had just watched the Aptera update and it stuck in my mind, oh, they have really precise measuring equipment. And then I read, whenever a country goes to any sort of conflict, I look up their exports, and I know that's not something that a lot of people do, but I do it because I am curious to know more about the countries in question, and yeah, I like knowing where stuff comes from. Anyway, so I saw this information that Israel produces very precise measuring equipment, and I was able to find a couple of those pieces from several of the measuring instruments that are similar to the ones in the Aptera update are produced in Israel. So this won't necessarily affect Aptera per se, but I wanted to make sure that I took note of it both in my mind and put that out there for you guys to know that Israel produces a lot of really cool, precise laser equipment and things of that nature. So yeah, in case, I don't know, just by some really off happenstance that Israel loses all of their ability to produce these amazing precise measuring equipment components, they would have to pick up the people that produce these. The full machines would have to pick up the slack somewhere else, and that could cause a delay in the ability of whatever company to produce their precise measurements if those machines happen to break or go down or something like that. So it is a really odd, really out there fringe case that probably will never happen, but I just wanted to put this in the video. I kind of shoehorned this in here because I wanted to bring attention to the Israel conflict, and I found that little surprising link in the chain, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. Now, for the things that I liked this week, Aptera Owners Club has been on fire, like releasing all kinds of fun stuff. My favorite video was about a 3D print file for the miniature Aptera. So this came out some time ago. There was another 3D print that I believe Aptera Owners Club covered that was a less precise, probably like a a beta or gamma version of this 3D print. They have a newer, more precise version out, and Aptera Owners Club did a video on it, and it was really cool. As always, links will be in the description. My Tesla Weekend put out an interview with Chris Anthony that hinted at a mid-2024 delivery timeline to customers. I really suggest watching the whole interview because the questions were excellent. I had a great time watching it. Drive the Lightning had a few good videos over the past week that I hadn't talked about. Some of their really cool commercials. They did like more than one of those commercials. They did one with Chad, and then one with Sarah, and then yeah, so they did a lot, but then there was a couple. Well, they did 1, 2, 3. They've done 3 so far, and all of them are fun. So yeah, man. Yeah, there was a bunch of videos all over the place, and I cannot mention them all because my description is going to be prohibitively long, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this whole video all the way through. All the links for the stuff that I talked about, minus the insane rabbit hole, are in the description, although I might put a little bit of the links in there so you guys can see some of what I saw. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Do all the YouTubey things. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching. I think I said that like 5 times now. Anyway, no rambles today. Catch you later.